Hey y'all, before we throw ourselves into this madness, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button, make sure you're subscribed, share this video with your crew, and sound off in the comments. Because trust me, this one? Oh, it's a wild one. So here's what happened. I stumbled on this old clip the other day. It's from, 3 years ago? But somehow it hits even harder now than it ever did back then. Especially after what just popped off this past Easter, the timing. Immaculate, the irony? Beyond belief. Like seriously, you couldn't script this better if HBO had it on their slate. Tonight, we're rolling the footage back, revisiting a moment that aged like warm milk in a Louis Vuitton bottle. Let's get into it. Picture the setup. Early pandemic. Days, peak Zoom mayhem. When nobody knew how to unmute, and half the people looked like they were broadcasting from inside a microwave. In this clip, Tiffany, who, let's be honest, never misses a moment to monologue, decides it's her time to drop a bomb. She jumps on Zoom like she's about to announce a national emergency. She comes in blazing, Board of Trustees and residents, I need you to understand, there's absolutely no trespassing at the old village hall. And the delivery? You'd think someone just raided a military base, she wouldn't stop repeating it, trespassing, like a crew was planning a full heist at the rec center. Then she hits us with the why. Apparently she got some disturbing reports. Someone, allegedly, had been sneaking into the old village hall without authorization, and Tiffany was not having it. Didn't matter if you worked there, lived around the block, or were just nosy. No ID, no entry. Then came the twist. How did they even get the access code? Boom, that's when the mask slipped. This wasn't about a building. It was about control. It was about power. Tiffany wasn't guarding a location. She was making a point, and of course she took it up another notch. Anyone found inside without permission, they'd be fully prosecuted? You'd think someone cracked the Federal Reserve based on her tone. At first you're like, okay, maybe she's just enforcing boundaries. But no, then she takes it further. She says she got a report that someone was spotted in a village of Benton uniform after already being fired. And not just anyone. It was someone she personally let go back in 2021, right after she steamrolled her way into the mayor's chair and started flipping the whole system. And here's where things get wild. According to Tiffany, if you're no longer on payroll and still wearing official village gear, that's not just a bad look, it's illegal. She called it impersonating a government official, tossing out legal terms like she was auditioning for courtroom TV. She really made it sound like this man put on a village polo and announced his presidential campaign in a Walgreens. Then, dead serious, full posture, she hits us with, once you've been fired, you no longer work for the village of Benton, no sugarcoating, no exceptions, just straight final. But here's the plot twist. Fast forward to Easter weekend. Who do we see front and center outside the village building? Passing out meals, snapping selfies, playing like she never left office? Yep, Tiffany Gott, not the mayor, not staff, not even an official volunteer. But she's out there mic in hand. Crowd around her, cheesing like she's still signing the checks. So let's get this right. If someone else wears village gear, it's a criminal act. But when Tiffany does it, it's serving the community. Girl, please, she's out here doing full-blown cosplay. Put on her Mayor Barbie outfit for an Easter special and strutted the block like it was 2020 all over again. Let's be honest. That whole Zoom performance, that wasn't about rules. That was all about ego. That vibe she gave off, pure, you better not upstage me energy. And those of us who were locked in back in 2021, yeah, we saw it. Her relationship with Kemal was falling apart, and it was leaking into everything around her. Maybe that ex-employee? Maybe they were shining just a little too bright. And Tiffany wasn't about to share her spotlight. Because when ego and politics start blending, it never ends well. So now she's out. Here breaking the same laws she once yelled about. All the rules she used to throw at others, she's ignoring them boldly, publicly, with zero shame. Like accountability lost her number. It's the hypocrisy for me. She laid down the law, then turned around and trampled it, loudly, shamelessly. With a sprinkle of fake grace. This isn't leadership, it's ego in a blazer. Now look, I'm all for personal growth. But what we're witnessing here, this isn't evolution. It's a backpedal with flair. One moment she's laying down the law, the next she's out front doing a photo op in front of the very building she once banned people from entering. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. And let's not forget the internet has a long memory. That old video, still out there, still circulating, and now? It's basically a masterclass in hypocrisy. Do, as I say, energy on full display? The ego, the theatrics, the convenient amnesia? Unbelievable. So here's what it boils down to. Tiffany isn't just bending the rules, she's trying to rewrite the whole storyline and hoping we forget the parts we already watched. But no, we saw it, we remember. And the receipts? They never stay buried. All right, that's the breakdown for tonight. But I need to hear from you. Do you think Tiffany's just being petty? Are we witnessing a full-on power unraveling? Or is there an even deeper mess we haven't uncovered yet? Hit the comments with your take, smash that like button if you caught the nonsense. Subscribe if you're new here, and send this video to someone who remembers when she actually had responsibilities. Now, Tiffany, girl, you were the loudest one. Yelling that fired folks shouldn't be out here in village attire? Well, congrats, you've officially been fired. No title, no position, no event to run. Yet here you are still walking around like you're royalty in the kingdom of Beton. Quick, pit stop. We have to discuss the makeup. Sis, it's giving neon road sign. That foundation is loud, like sunset in a heat wave loud. It's 2025? How are we still doing this? That base isn't blended, it's out here swinging. You're not radiant, you're melting. Less public figure, more discount drag show in a blackout. Now let's dig into the real drama. Tiffany's been telling people that impersonating a village employee after being let go is a criminal offense. But ma'am, haven't you been out here playing dress-up as mayor for months? Is this local government or Comic-Con? You said the law's the law, so when does your mugshot drop? And since we've gone off the deep end, let's talk about the wig. Word is she spent a whole $1,000 on it. Yes, 1,000. And for what? That wig looks like it was assembled with Elmer's glue, bargain bin yarn, and pure denial. It's giving Pinterest fail in a parking lot. And the color? She reached for blonde and landed somewhere between dishwater and disappointment. That's not boss lady energy. That's midlife crisis on clearance. And if you really went to beauty school, we've got questions. Because that lace front is lifting like rents overdue. If you spent 4 figures on that, you didn't buy hair, you bought a warning sign. But back to the real problem, because the glam isn't the core issue. The fact is, you're not the mayor. You're not the supervisor. You have no official role. And yet here you are, front row at every event, handing out donations, pretending you're still in charge. That Easter appearance? That wasn't a comeback, it was a costume change. You're not leading the town, you're narrating your own fantasy. And let's talk about the drama over someone wearing a Dalton hoodie like they were smuggling state secrets. Come on, they probably stopped by to pick up a final check. But you acted like it was a top-level security breach? Classic Tiffany, since we're rewinding, let's go. Back to June 7th, 2021, you were still running the show. Fast forward to March 2024, gone, just like that. Meanwhile, the very folks you tried to silence, thriving, and you? Still clinging to that title. And a wig that's seen more chaos than an emergency town hall. Now you're out here pitching an ice rink. Planning to name it after your daughter? That's not legacy. That's a vanity project with a bow on it. This isn't the Roman Empire. You're not building history, you're building headaches. This entire act, cringe overload, the makeup, too loud, the wig, a 5-alarm situation, the political game, expired. Here's the truth, you could make a change. You could stop the fantasy, stop the role play, and stop repackaging your drama into fairy tales. Because right now, you're not running a city, you're running out of relevance. Okay, now I'm really out. But before I log off, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone who needs the tea. And if you want to keep the real talk flowing, tap that join button to support the squad. That's how we keep the receipts rolling. And the shade extra sharp. Take care of yourselves and Tiffany. For the love of edges, fix that wig. We're begging you. By.